Hi, everybody. It's a new episode of the Peak Signing Agents podcast and YouTube channel. Appreciate you tuning in. Once again, my name is Derek Van Otten, DVO. I'm your host, and I want to help you become the best notary and signing agent that you can possibly be. Last week, I just did a new episode about being a proactive signing service versus reactive. Well, I thought more about that, and I thought, okay, let me give you my tips and advice on how to be a proactive notary signing agent versus reactive, because the same thing applies. If you're proactive, you're trying to avoid mistakes, it will help you become a peak signing agent, versus being reactive and you're going back to fix errors or make corrections, and you're taking away valuable time from you doing other things you need to do to grow your business, like doing more signings, like out marketing, like doing follow-up emails. If you are being reactive and you're responding and trying to fix errors, that's taking you away from that. It's costing you time, money, and energy. So I thought, let me talk about how I can give you tips how to bring you value to avoid that. So, what are some things you can do to be proactive as a signing agent versus reactive? Number one, in my opinion, is making sure your equipment works. Your printer, your scanner, all of the above is operating and functioning properly. I can't tell you how many times we're asking notaries, hey, where are the scans? And they are telling us, I'm having issues with my scanner. It's not functioning. I just got a new one. I don't know how to make it scan properly. I have to go to another appointment though. So hold off. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go do this. One more signing, and then I'll come back and do the scans. Or, oh my gosh, I went to go print and it's not printing right. So make sure you know how to operate and function your equipment before taking signings. Or even if you got a new equipment, maybe your printer recently got to it, then if it's life cycle and you bought a new printer, before you take on new jobs, make sure you know how to operate your equipment. So make sure you know how to print properly. You know how to print letter versus legal. You know how to work your scanner so you can scan documents right away. If you're starting to do RON, R-O-N, remote online notarizations, you have practice with your platform already. Don't just get on a platform and say, okay, give me your RON signings. Make sure you know how to work it. Most RON platforms give you the ability to do practice. So you can practice with somebody, like a colleague, a family member, a friend. They can help you practice. And I was just giving tips to one of my local notaries. They were wanting to do more RONs, and I was saying, practice, make sure you know how to work it, but also flip the coin. So basically, instead of you acting when you're doing a practice run, doing a RON on the platform, instead of always being the notary, practice being on the other side if you are getting online. So when the people are logging in and they're having issues, you know how to answer their questions. You know what they're experiencing because you've done it from their point of view as well. And maybe your state isn't allowing RON yet. When my state, before my state allowed RON, I was already paying attention to RON. I was already understanding it. I was looking into it. I was learning about the different platforms. I kept my ear to the ground. I was being, again, proactive, so that once I started seeing some signings coming through asking for RON, I said, okay, great. Now I need to start getting on a platform. I started asking the questions. I started researching them and interviewing the platforms, so that when I noticed I was getting more and more requests, I was able to jump on. I was able to apply with my state to be RON certified with my state. I was looking into it beforehand because I was being proactive about it. Kept my ear to the ground. If you're going to be next tip of my advice, if you're going to be doing loan signings and being a signing agent, Being proactive means taking a type of course, a training course. In my opinion, the loan signing system and the National Notary Association. I have a link in the description of this YouTube video or the podcast that you can click on my affiliate link for the loan signing system. I think both courses should be taken. The National Notary Association gives you the basics and it helps you get a background check. The loan signing system gives you the how-tos and the direct ways to do it. Both courses, in my opinion, are the right courses to take. Take those courses to be proactive so you understand how to go through the paperwork, how to be an effective and efficient signing agent. When you are a notary and it's time to renew your commission, another thing to do to be proactive is renew your commission as soon as your state allows. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days before it expires, whatever it is, do it as soon as you can. Renew your commission and order your stamp right away. I can't tell you again how many notaries that we work with a lot and we go to send them new orders. They say, I can't do it yet because I just renewed my commission. It's not renewed. I'm waiting for my application to be approved with the state, or I'm waiting for my stamp to arrive. Be proactive. Get your stamp renewed as soon as you can, or your commission renewed as soon as you can. Order your stamp. I don't order from websites. I go to if you have a local place that makes stamps, I go there because they can usually do it faster than waiting for it to ship. I can follow up with them. Hey, I just submitted my renewed commission. Did you get it? How soon can my stamp be ready? Please let me know. I'll come pick it up. So much faster. When you're doing the signings, first thing I like to do is hopefully you get your documents in a timely manner. And if you do, print and review them. So if you have a signing tomorrow, but your documents are available today, print them today. It just helps avoid any technical issues that might arise tomorrow, but print them as soon as you can. Print them out, review them. Look if you have any questions before the signing. This is a way to be proactive so that when you're at the table, these questions don't come up and you're like, oh, I don't know. Let me call. I mean, those things do happen, but you might have been able to catch some of those questions beforehand. Flip through the paperwork. Did everything print out properly? Does everything look in order? Are there any questions you have? Like, for example, you see it and it says, John and Jane Doe, trustees. Oh, shoot. Do they need to add trustee on this? Look those over and ask those questions beforehand. So review documents before the signing if possible and ask questions before your appointment. When you're done with the signing, triple check, double check one more time before you leave. So when I'm at the signing, I'm paying attention to what they're signing and dating. I'm making sure everything looks good. When they hand the document back to me, I look at it one more time, make sure it looks good before I put it down and hand them the next page. And then when we're done signing, I triple check one more time to make sure we didn't miss any signatures, dates, initials, stamps. These are all things I'm just triple checking right before we done. It's another thing I'm doing to be proactive to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I'm not reactive when they say, oh, you forgot a stamp, you forgot a signature. Now I have to break away time to go do that. Oh, I'm out and about. Now I have to go somewhere, stop, pull over, do whatever to print that page, sign it, stamp it, scan it. You're just taking away time away from what you really need to do. It's burning your time and energy and money to be reactive. So try to be proactive. Triple check everything. Once you've done the scans, I would call up the signing service and just say, hey, I just finished doing everything. Can you review it real quick and let me know if I'm good to drop? I know all my last pickup times. You should try to be proactive, know where all the UPS locations are, know where all the FedEx locations are, and know what time their last pickups are. And in an emergency situation, maybe know ship centers. So for example, most FedEx offices in my area, last pickup is around 4:30. So I try to be there by 4:30. But I also know there's a ship center. It's not super close to me, but I do know where it's at in an emergency that has a pickup at 6 p.m. So if I need to, I can run to that center and ship it out in time. or maybe, or for whatever reason, I just want to know these things. Or is there a hub at your airport that you can run to? Look these up. I try to know these things. And when I do drop it, I always try to get a receipt. So if anything happens, I can cover my behind. And if they say, hey, you know what? This didn't ship out today. What's going on? What happened? Or this didn't arrive. You were supposed to make the last pickup. And you can say, I did. Here's a copy of my receipt. I dropped it off at 3:30. Last pickup is 4:30 or 5. I made it an hour. I can look up in the tracking and look up the track and say, oh, look, they received it at this time. Then it went to this location. Now it's there. I don't know why FedEx or UPS is holding it there, but they are. So you should reach out to them. And I'm just covering my behind by getting a drop receipt. So these are things that I do, or I recommend my opinion to you as a signing agent, how to be a proactive peak signing agent. So you are not wasting your time, you are doing great service, and you are getting hired for all the jobs, making all the money. That's what I want for you, is become a successful signing service or successful notary signing agent. And if you think I missed some things that you think could bring value, please go to YouTube and comment on either the signing service video or this video, letting everyone else maybe some tips that you do to become a peak signing agent, that you do to be proactive. Another thing I do just real quick is when I first started, maybe this helps somebody here, is I practiced. I role played before I did my first signing. I read every page of the document so I understood every page so I can explain it faster. And I practiced doing it so that when it came time, I could limit the time so I can shorten the time. Anyway, just some more tips that I want to share with you. And I hope that helps you be a peak signing agent. Again, if you think there's anything else I missed, go to YouTube and put a comment there so other people can see that and they can benefit from that tip as well. And continue being the best signing agent you can be. Continue being a peak signing agent. Continue being awesome. Continue being a great human being and human becoming. And I'll talk to you next episode. Bye.